Hello, cult members. How's everyone doing? It's Tony here. At the beginning, when you guys first bought into the memberships, I said I would start putting some members content out, and here we go. Before we even start, big thank you to all the members on every tier for supporting the channel. But not only does it just support the channel, it supports the club in general. Any money that comes back through YouTube, myself and Dave, put directly back into the club. It's not as though the club takes up a lot of cost to run, but there's always things, like printing and things like that we need for posters and flyers and a bit of club merch to get a few bits out there. But yeah, again, thank you very much. I never thought we'd get to a point on this channel, especially, obviously, if you know the history of this channel, that we get to anywhere like people wanted to donate money to us every month. So it's very, very, very much appreciated and welcome on board, everybody. Like I said, we promised some members only content. And again, for myself and Dave, the best thing probably to do for members only content for us going forward is for you to get to know us a little bit more, whether that's about our collections, whether that's about our behind the scenes stuff here, like that's sat behind me, or the stuff we do out and about that's sort of involved with the film industry or films in general. And we thought, yeah, that's probably the content that is a little bit more personal to people that's joined the membership schemes. So here we go. So the one I'm gonna do today for you is we're gonna have a look around my nerd palace, my sanctuary of movies. I still sort of hold it strong that this is the smallest movie room, film room, whatever you want to call it, on YouTube. I'm yet to come across anybody that's got a collection in a smaller room than this. This is goddamn tiny. But it does me. It's my little place of happiness. It's the sort of box room of my house. The damn thing's about 9 foot square. I can touch the goddamn walls in this place. It's that small, but it does what it does. It serves a purpose, and the purpose is to load it with the things that I love and I want to collect. Now, as collectors, I think we probably all fall in the trap of wanting everything. I know I have at times, but I've sort of taught myself over the years, listen, you've only got so much room to sort of build a collection into. Why are you buying everything? You don't need everything. So over the years, I've been a little bit more savvy, and basically all I collect now are the things I like, the things I want, or the things I need at certain times. And that way it's helped to sort of keep this collection a little bit sort of more personal. It's stopped it from just going wild and stuff being everywhere. And when we have a look round, you might go, my God, Tony, what were you talking about? There's shit everywhere. It's in some kind of order. I don't know what order that is, but it is in some kind of order. But like I said, like other collectors and there's nothing wrong with this, who collect for the sake of collecting because they want a specific collector's edition or a special edition. If that's how you collect and that's what you want, go for it. It's your money, spend it on what you want. Personally, I don't do that. I am not a big believer of blind buying physical media before I've seen it or heard it in CDs or vinyl. It's just not the thing that's done. It's just not the way I roll. If I haven't seen a film at theatres or cinemas, if I've not seen a film through streaming or back in the day on TV or however it may fall, the chances are, a very high chance that it isn't in this collection. Everything that's in this collection I have seen previously. And I know that might sound a little bit, how'd you come across new stuff? Again, I if it's something that I want something I'm interested in, I'll 100% check it out on another service first, streaming, TV, whatever it may be, before I take the plunge and put it into the collection on whatever it may be. Christ me, I still collect VHS tapes. So, you know what I mean? It could be anything, VHS, DVD, Blu-ray, 4K, whatever. But I don't blind buy. And that's the one thing that I've done over the years that's helped sort of keep this collection sort of level-headed where it is. Otherwise, I'd have just gone batshit years ago. There'd have been stuff pouring at the house. But it is a collection that reflects me personally. You know what I mean? If you know me personally and you know my taste in things, once we start having a look round at these films, you'll know that it's 100% reflection on me. You know what I mean? It screams the kind of thing that I'm into. So we'll switch over the camera now. I'll put some better lighting on in here so you can see what we're having a look at. And we'll have a little bit of a walkthrough. So welcome to the Pleasure Palace. This is my little room. As you can see from there, I am a huge Ghostbusters fan. To be fair, completely obsessed with it. I'm tattooed with Ghostbusters stuff, and some of the little bits of Ghostbusters stuff I've got here. It's quite cool. The Cinemark Slimer was a really cool little addition. So there's my little sort of homage to Ghostbusters. There's a couple of pieces down there. Behind all that, they were HMV exclusives from, I want to say, about 8 years ago. There's 27 in that range, and they were Blu-ray DVD combos that were made to look like ex-rental VHS tapes. And inside there you get Blu-ray, DVD, you get a poster, you get like a trading card and a bubblegum sticker. They're really cool. That's a full complete collection of that. Some of those are quite pricey now. I won't lie to you. One of those in there, where's it gone? It's probably behind that Ghostbusters before. Is Clue. The only way to own Clue on Blu-ray in this country is through this edition. And it's gone really, really expensive now. Up there are all my box sets. There's some cool little ones up there. Again, to the end of some of the more collector's editions. I'm not, like I said before, I'm not massively into the collector's edition stuff, but the Vinegar Syndrome Cloak and Dagger was a must. That's a film of my childhood. I absolutely love it. Same with Witches. The Witches is a favourite of mine and my wife's. Eric the Viking is a film that you don't see much. I have it on an ex-rental down here as well, VHS tape. And when that one came out, that was an odd one to get a special edition, and I love the film, so I grabbed that. And the Close Encounters of the Third Kind box set, the special edition that came out years ago. And like I said, I've a few of the cool ones up there. The complete Anaconda set. 50 Years of Planet of the Apes is another good one. And everything else up there is pretty much run-of-the-mill. There's nothing that stands out massively. Staying up on the top shelves, some of my vintage wrestling tapes. You may just be able to see them due to the bloody green light. But I've not got everything out that I own, because I own quite a bit. But the first 8 WrestleMania tapes are up there, so 1 through to 6 at the top, and then we come down for a few more. And then we've got some SummerSlam tapes, SummerSlam 88, 92, 93 are there. And then Royal Rumble 89, which is a really cool one. Again, I've got space in this here, and this houses lots and lots of other stuff. There's real like overspill that I've nowhere to put. There's absolutely loads more wrestling tapes in there. Down we go, a few posters on the wall. Vipco DVDs. Does anybody remember Vipco? I love Vipco stuff. I have an obsession with the Vipco range. And this is my wall of sort of video nasty stuff. Stuff that I didn't know what to categorise anywhere else. So the video, 2 video nasties documentaries of the complete Hammer 21 disc box set is there, the DVD. That's great. I mean, I'm really surprised they've never tried to put that out on a Blu-ray or some kind of special edition now. My setup is the most crude, basic setup you'll ever see. So it's a 12-inch tablet hooked up to a Yeti black on black mic. Basic stuff really. There's an original Friday the 13th sell-through VHS cover that I always liked. I always thought it was pretty cool, that one. Here's one of my pride and joys. That's a Daewoo 20-inch CRT with integrated VHS video recorder in it. It looks brilliant with being 20-inch. It weighs an absolute ton. I don't know if that desk's holding it up anymore. But yeah, it looks fantastic. And that's how I predominantly watch all my VHS tapes. There's a Wing Cult thing. Couple of pop vinyls. I'm not the biggest pop guy, but Bill and Ted I love. I've got an obsession with Bill and Ted. I say with Jason Voorhees, anyone knows me knows I'm Friday the 13th obsessed. Again, I've got another huge Friday the 13th tattoo and other Friday the 13th goodies that we'll have a look at further down the line. HMV exclusives. This was the premium collection. This is now a deleted line. They no longer put things out on the premium collection. When they're cheap, these like 2 for £15. They're definitely worth picking up. There's some great titles in it. It was one of those ranges that was out at the time that I was obsessed with. I mean, there's a hell of a lot of titles in it, and they're the only ones I wanted, but they're really, really good. Below all that is my 101 films collection. I've got quite a large extent of 101 films. I championed them for so long, 101, and then they went off the boil a little bit. I don't know why. So there's the classic line that they put out at the top, then the red label line, with a few more down there, and then the black label special editions, which were really cool. They just don't do enough of anymore. Not the kind of films that we're looking at here. The box set of Ghostwatch is phenomenal. It's probably the best edition that you can find of it. And that's a 101 films that they did with Agfa, Sword and the Claw, crazy Turkish martial arts film if you've never seen it. There's my Screen Factory Friday the 13th collection. Up here with a few bits, posters and that I'll do another time, and I'll talk you through my poster collection. I have a huge poster collection. I'm obsessed with posters. But there's the NECA Toony Terrors Jason Voorhees, a re-edition of Ram Man and a re-edition of Battle Damage Skeletor. And then we get onto my Arrow Video collection. I love Arrow Video. You know what I mean? I think they're probably the company of the moment. Yeah, Second Sight are very good, but they're very limited in what they turn out. The stuff that I like anyway. But as a sort of cult boutique label, I think 101 put out predominantly the kind of stuff that I'm into. I'm not directly horror related only. I've got an obsession with sword and sorcery films, high fantasy films, any 80s kind of cheese I'm into. I'm a big sci-fi guy as well as, but I've got some cool special editions. That Conan 4K box set is just phenomenal. The Chucky set was pretty good. That version of Savage Streets is a DVD, but that's the only way to own an Arrow Video release of Savage Streets in this country. I think Linda Blair's brilliant in that film. There's a couple of sought after titles in this now that are out of print, but I've got a hell of a lot of Arrow Video titles. A couple of ones that stand out in that are out of print now is the Dawn of the Dead and Day of the Dead set, the old cellophane winded editions. There is, if I can see the damn thing, Phantom of the Paradise. If you don't know that film, that's a really good film that's now quite hard to come by. Same with George Romero's Knight Riders. That one's quite difficult to come across now. So yeah, there's a couple in the that are really nice, out of print, nice to have. Couple more massive pop vinyls up there that my daughter bought me a while back. So there's a Glow in the Dark Skeletor, and a large He-Man. So I can get that focus a bit better. And then again, my love for vintage wrestling, with a Cactus Jack up there, and a Bret Hart, Undertaker, one of the greatest of all time, Macho Man Randy Savage, and a Hogan. Some more of the Masters of the Universe Revelations line now. If you ever checked out Revelations on Netflix, we really thought it was a great addition to the Masters of the Universe lore. It's really, really good. Up there, let's see if I can get a bit more light on it. That's a bit better. Up there, all my Prism Leisure DVDs. I was obsessed with Prism Leisure at one point. They were a low budget DVD company within the UK that put out some really, really good titles. Presentation of them is absolutely crap. Most of them look like straight VHS rips, VHS ports. But they were so cheap at the time, when these came out, early 2000s, that I was all over them constantly. And they put some great titles out. And if you look at a lot of companies now, like Vinegar Syndrome or 88 Films, they're all re-releasing this stuff that Prism Leisure did like 20 odd years ago. So if I come across some ones of those that I don't have in the collection, I still pick them up. A couple of my favourite Disney films from when I was a child up there. A few of the collectibles, a few of the DVDs, sort of like 80s stuff that ain't available on Blu-ray in this country. Films like BMX Bandits and Great Outdoors and Best of the Best. There's Breakdance 2, Electric Boogaloo. There's loads up there. One really hard to get DVD now, if you're into the Sword and Sorcery stuff, is Hundra. That's quite an expensive DVD. Down here, a few Hot Wheels collectibles. Again, Master of the Universe stuff. Thundercats. Some weird little Transformer things that were released years ago, like micro Transformers. So you get 3 Autobots as in Prime, Bumblebee and Grimlock. And then you got Megatron, Soundwave and Starscream. Some artwork by the man himself, Mr. David Kennedy. Again, One Shall Stand, Optimus Prime. One Shall Fall with Megatron. Vintage G1 style. Absolutely brilliant set. It's fantastic. I mean, it's hard to really tell how good they are with the shine that's coming off them and the glare. But if you see these in person, they are absolutely fantastic. And then back round to the other shelves. Again, this is where predominantly all the films are kept. So we've got stuff from Second Sight. Final Cut Entertainment is a company I love in this country. In fact, they actually got contacted me not long back, thanking me for championing them on YouTube, because there was only really seemed to be me that was talking about them. And the company that was doing the artwork on them contacted me as well to thank me about showcasing some of their stuff. There's a VHS sell-through of Friday the 13th. Again, if you know me, I am obsessed with 80s cartoons, whether that's films or TV shows. So there's a couple of ex-rental VHSs there. Who's that? Oh my God, it's Gone the Gover and Philip Schofield. Some old school Kingdom of the Spiders release, and Robotics. If you've never seen that film, that's a great film. But behind all them, again, my imports from Kino Lorber. Kino do some great stuff in the States. Probably one of the better companies to be doing it, to be honest. And then we've got some Severin stuff. Again, my love of Italian exploitation cheese is probably one of the best you'll come across. I'm obsessed with it. And I don't think anybody else does it better than Severin with those releases, to be fair. They're really, really good. Some Studio Canal stuff, which was pretty cool when theirs came out. There's 4Ks of those now, but to be fair, they do me quite well. Some network stuff with my favourite film of all time there, Hawk the Slayer, if it'll focus. And then Eureka titles. Eureka always do a decent job as well, but they haven't put anything out in a while, really, that I've been really into. And then the Lionsgate stuff with Vestron Video, that was great, but we just don't get enough of it in the UK. The US stuff's really good, but we didn't get 2/3 of what was released, really, the what came out in the US. Some of my ex-rental VHSs now, and this is not everything, this is just some. I've got a lot of this in storage. So what you'll find is I tend to just stick with the cheese. 80s ex-rental video for me was all about crap I was watching as a kid and as a teen. So it's the stuff that I gravitate to as a collector. Stuff like Invisible Kid, Teen Wolf 2, Sidekicks, Rotor, one of the best covers of all time, one of the worst films of all time, and a Sho Kosugi film that no one ever bloody remembers, 9 Deaths of the Ninja, which is brilliant. Let's get down a bit lower. Got Stallone's Over the Top. If anyone remembers Gunbuzz, that's a great little action film that no one ever remembers. Little Ninja Dragon, brilliant Endgame there. Kung Fu Emperor. Then I've just got, let's move some of these out the way. I've got loads behind here. I mean, just an absolute obsession. And like I said, this isn't it all. There is more. But this is just some of the stuff that I have gravitated to, that I do like. Spontaneous Combustion. Really weird Tobe Hooper film that I love, that's never got the love, really, that it's deserved. That's deserved a Blu-ray for a long time, and it's never come. So that's those. Down here, there's just again, it's overspill of studio titles down the bottom now, with a couple of little bits thrown in. Some more kids. Ulysses 31 is probably my favourite, or at least top 3 favourite 80s cartoons, along with Real Ghostbusters. Bronx Warrior trilogy, if you've never seen that trilogy, that's great. That box set's really cool, put out by Shameless a few years ago on DVD. And again, some more VHS cartoon stuff, some Transformers and some Turtles, and a copy of Michael Jackson's Thriller. And again, with all my other sell-through DVDs. I am a big book guy as well. I collect a lot of reference books. So there's, you know what I mean, there's books all over in here. Some really, really good ones. Again, there's more down there. These kind of things always come in handy. I ain't a big avid reader, but I can always sit and flick through books like this. That shelf there is all my 88 film stuff. There's some really good stuff in there. And some stuff at the end there that was by a really good YouTuber and low budget filmmaker, Chris Seaver. He put all those Blu-rays out. The thing they do in the States called Saturday Morning Sleepover. That's really good. Some 4Ks in there. Some US imports, some Code Red stuff, some Scorpion releases stuff, some dodgy Spanish knockoffs. A couple of Signal 1 titles, and then a couple of other titles, Studio Canal stuff. Studio Canal's classic line, their cult line, I wish they'd put more out on that, to be honest. Like Wicker Man and Devil Girl from Mars are 2 fantastic releases. What else have we got? The other stuff that I'm massively into, 80s TV show box sets. I have lots, like a real big collection. And again, this isn't it all. This is just some. Again, I've just no room for putting it all out because there's just tons and tons of it. There's more in there, and then again, my obsession with 80s cartoons. It just never ends. It's again, that's probably one of the biggest obsessions. That's how this channel originally started, to be honest. There's loads and loads in there. I do use this room for watching films from time to time. It's not a big place that I watch films in, but I will chuck something on every now and again. So there's a 42-inch JVC telly in here, 4K one, with a LG UHD Blu-ray player, multi-region. It's not a bad player. I would suggest other players if you're looking into stuff. It's okay. It does what it does. It's not the best player I've got. The best player I've got is a Sony player. That's fantastic. But that does what I need. It can make some weird noises from time to time. But yeah, that's about it. That's pretty much the room. So when you see me streaming or videoing or doing whatever I'm doing, this is where it's from. And as you can tell, there's a hell of a lot of crap in here. But like I said, we'll get round to more stuff as well. As member videos, I'll start putting things out. I definitely want to go through my poster collection, because obviously that's not in here. I have a couple of bits up on the wall, but I have a huge poster collection. And it's really hard to film, but we'll get round to it at some point. But until the next video, everybody, take care, see you all soon, and remember, keep it cult.